CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. Canada is now on the board at the FIFA World Cup. The men's national team scored its first goal on home turf. It was enough to end the game against Bosnia in a draw and give Canada its first point in a World Cup. While all of this happened thousands of kilometers away, the excitement rippled right across the country, including here in Edmonton. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has the story.
These students from St. Nicholas Junior High School are excited for Team Canada's first World Cup game on home soil. They have another reason to cheer. This is the former school of team captain Alfonso Davies. An injury kept Davies off the pitch today, but that didn't keep these young fans down.
I'm just excited to watch Canada play.
I just want to see Canada go in the finals, probably against France.
The school's soccer academy will be watching all of Canada's World Cup games. Their instructor, Dino Bazzarelli, says cheering for the team on home soil gives his students hope that they will one day play in soccer's biggest tournament.
There's light at the end of the tunnel now. The kids, we used to just watch the World Cups. Canada wasn't participating at that point. Now we're watching Canada, and one of our own is the captain of the men's team.
Cameras caught another familiar captain in the stands. Connor McDavid was cheering on Canada in Toronto, while more soccer fans here gathered in a place where they usually cheer for McDavid.
I've actually been to BMO Field, so it's kind of like a bit of memories.
The world here in Canada is fantastic. Like, obviously it'd be awesome to be in like Toronto or Vancouver, but here even the vibe is pretty awesome.
Very cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It sucks they couldn't be here, but it's whatever.
Soccer fans across the city are excited to see Canada in the World Cup, even if they are supporting other teams in our group stage.
We have two teams to cheer for right now, and they're playing against each other, so it's kind of tough right now.
Bosnia and Herzegovina fans are conflicted but overjoyed seeing both their teams play in the World Cup, Bosnia's first appearance since 2014.
They're both in my heart, so it's very hard to decide, but I'm born Bosnian, so I have to cheer for now.
At the end of this, it's either Bosnia or Canada, no other team.
Canada's next World Cup matchup is against Qatar, June 18th. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
You can head to ctvnewsedmonton.ca for a list of watch parties happening in the city. If there's a watch party you don't see on our website, let us know about it. Police say a few students were taken to hospital as a precaution after a school bus slid into a ditch on Yellowhead Trail. The school bus crashed into the ditch near 50th Street. A new bus was brought in to transport most of the passengers. Police say while a few kids were taken to hospital for precautionary reasons, no injuries were reported. Westbound traffic was temporarily disrupted. Since then, construction on the Yellowhead has brought sections of it down to one lane for the weekend. Work on the highway that was delayed by rainfall last week is happening now. The Yellowhead is down to one lane eastbound near 107th Street. The closure began at 10 p.m. and will last until 6 a.m. on Monday, weather depending. Other closures in the area will continue through July. The closures are part of the Yellowhead Trail freeway conversion plan. Edmonton's infill issue has caught the attention of a local MP. Kerry Diott is hosting an infill-related town hall in Griesbaugh this weekend, even though he has no say over local zoning bylaws. CTV's Evan Kenny has more.
The never-ending conversation around controversial infills continues this weekend. Edmonton Griesbaugh Member of Parliament Kerry Diott is hosting a town hall tomorrow.
We've had a lot of people RSVP for this, which is good. I truly believe that people need to be heard on this.
The former Edmonton City Councillor no longer has a direct say on this municipal issue. However, Ottawa does spend money to help build new homes. Diott says he's acting as a mediator.
I want to bring people together and maybe find some solutions, because the way I look at it, if my constituents, federal constituents, have a problem, I have a problem.
One group against infills wants to see different levels of government work together on this issue. It's not against all infills, but it does have problems with certain kinds of developments.
People who live in the neighborhoods and who experience the day-to-day reality of what infill feels like, they feel the disconnect across those programs more than anyone.
Meanwhile, a pro-infill group believes this is not an MP's problem to solve.
It's really important that We take seriously the fact that local problems should be solved at a local level.
I plan to attend, and simply because I'm always willing and want to hear from residents, hear what they have to say. So for me, it's an opportunity to hear the folks.
The area's councillor is treating this as another opportunity to hear from people in her riding and has no issue with a federal official hosting the meeting. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province is creating a panel to come up with a dollar figure for the estimated cost of separating from the rest of the country. The UCP government has ordered an independent analysis of the economic impacts of separating. Alberta's finance minister says voters need, quote, clear and credible information so they can make an informed decision on the fall referendum. The University of Calgary's School of Public Policy will conduct the study. An advisory panel led by economist Jack Mintz will provide input and consultation. Political scientist Lori Williams says she hopes for critical analysis of the panel's numbers, as well as figures being distributed by others.
There will be critical assessment of the outcome of this panel. There will be critical assessments of the figures that have been produced by Alberta Prosperity Project and Stay Free Alberta. And it's going to be those critical assessments of the data that's put forward that I think will be more helpful to Albertans.
A final report is expected late this summer. The referendum is on October 19th. Spruce Grove's Energy City Cactus Rats have been given an ultimatum by its league. The team's new ballpark on the outskirts of Spruce Grove has been under construction for more than 3 years. Last week, the Cactus Rats organization said it planned to play its home opener in the park with no fans. Fan access would be rolled out in phases in the future. The opener ended up being postponed because of rain. Now, the Western Canadian Baseball League says the ownership group must provide a plan to bring the Metro Ballpark up to standards by this Tuesday. Games scheduled for the next 3 days have been moved or postponed. The WCBL says it will determine if the stadium is usable during a meeting Tuesday night. Campers may encounter some unexpected creatures out in the wild this weekend. Some Alberta campgrounds have been taken over by tent caterpillars. As CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports, if you want to cancel your trip, it's too late for a refund.
I was really excited to come here. Like many Albertans, the Bodkers camped to connect with nature and unwind. But when the family pulled into their campground last night, they considered turning around.
There was thousands of them, like all over the ground, all over signs, and I was like, I don't know if we're camping this weekend.
They're a little unsettling when they're just all around you and you can't even help but walk all over them.
10 caterpillars are busy chewing away at the leaves in Pigeon Lake Provincial Park, as they've been for some time, apparent in many areas.
The stems are all sitting there, completely empty.
On Thursday, Alberta Parks issued a notice about the caterpillars here, saying because this is a naturally occurring and intermittent phenomenon, they aren't able to provide advance notice of the conditions and will not provide a refund.
It is what it is. You're camping in nature. This is their home, right?
Numbers were up last year, and so when the population builds, it sort of explodes.
Entomologist Ken Fry says these outbreaks happen in cycles, roughly every 10 years. And while it may seem they are destructive, it's a normal part of nature.
When you get a little bit of thinning, that's good for a forest, right? It helps keep it vibrant and rich.
He does say in urban areas, trees may not be able to survive the defoliation, so homeowners may want to battle back. Here, the best course of action could be taking a page from these kids.
This one's yellow, and this one that Remy's holding, it's colored white. They're really cool. They're soft.
In July, the caterpillars should turn to moths, says Parks Canada, and infestations can last 3 to 6 years. Reporting from Pigeon Lake, Nicole Weisberg, CTV News.
A health warning has been issued for a beach area west of Edmonton. Alberta Health Services says Camp Yawoka's beach, located on the north side of Wabamun Lake, has an elevated level of fecal bacteria. AHS says you shouldn't swim in, wade in, or drink the water. Coming into contact with the water could lead to a stomach illness or skin, ear, and eye infections. The advisory is in effect until further notice. Drivers in Fort McMurray say they're fed up with the condition of the only highway in and out of town. Some locals say if the province won't fix the potholes on Highway 63, they'll do it themselves. And today, they did. Their concern has prompted action from the province and a warning from the RCMP. Here's CTV's Matt Woodman.
A little stretch. Here's one bump here. Oh, yes.
More than 45,000 drivers travel on Highway 63 through Fort McMurray every day. Many say they're frustrated by the number and size of the potholes covering the only road in and out of the municipality.
I've never seen them like this. You're driving like this.
Allison Fifield is one of them. She was supposed to drive to Edmonton in late May until a pothole on Beacon Hill ended her trip early.
I thought the frame of my car and everything went down in this hole. Like, my rim is bent, it's cracked, my tire won't hold pressure.
Since April, we've been talking to the government, talking to the officials. You guys have to figure it out. And no one is even listening. It's all empty promises.
Local businessman Mohammed Tarabin decided to take matters into his own hands. He says it took 3 days to organize a team of 80 volunteers who are working together to patch the road themselves.
All we're doing all day, man, till there's no more asphalt.
It's very admirable what he's doing, but I also feel like it's not their responsibility.
Highway 63 maintenance is a provincial responsibility. Alberta's transportation minister says he's heard about the volunteers.
We understand that they're frustrated, but we are encouraging them to make sure that the professional road builders can go out there and do their job, and because we want everybody to come home safely.
The volunteers have also caught the attention of the RCMP, which says it will be keeping an eye on the group. Police say being on a roadway poses significant risks, and there could be tickets issued for impeding highway traffic.
That's the main thing, is safety. We just want to make sure that no one gets injured. I think it does send a message to the province for certain.
Dreeshen says, coincidentally, crews started repairing the roads today.
They will see the highway maintenance contractor out there today and with the better type of asphalt to be able to repair those potholes.
I'm not too sure where they are, but they're not here for sure.
The province says it's working to transfer authority of Highway 63 through Fort Mac to the municipality. Councillor Don Scott hopes that will be finalized this summer.
We're just so much more responsive, and we hear from residents firsthand, so we're in a much better position to deliver those services.
So frustrated drivers can put down their shovels and get back behind the wheel.
Imperial Oil has been fined $120,000 after a wastewater spill at its Curl Oil Sands mine near Fort McMurray. Last year, Alberta's energy regulator laid 9 charges against the company in connection to the spill in 2023. More than 5 million litres of wastewater overflowed from a drainage pond. The company pleaded guilty to 1 charge and the others were dropped. Imperial Oil spent about $2 million remediating the area and said it's made equipment and training changes. The company was previously fined $50,000 for a wastewater spill at the same mine in 2022. Coming up next, we'll take you to a gathering of a group of women who may not look like they have anything in common. All of them have one thing to celebrate together. That's next.
Good evening, folks. It was another cooler than average day, 17 for a daytime high. We should get back into the 20s tomorrow, though, and mid-20s on the way for Sunday. Some sunshine in the forecast as well. All those details in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
"34 new officers and 2 new canines are officially joining the ranks of the Edmonton Police Service. The latest EPS recruit class held a graduation ceremony today. The new officers will be working in Edmonton and Lacombe. 2 police dogs are also ready for duty. Pablo will work as a patrol service dog. Kuma will be a human remain detection dog.
Due to the hard work between the dog and the handler, it's a long, strenuous summer, but to see them get to the end is gratifying for me.
Yeah, it's a surreal moment. So I'm pretty excited with my classmates. We've been training for 6 months, and now we're excited to hit the streets.
Police say the new officers and canine teams will play an important role in keeping Edmonton safe. Pet lovers will be gathering at Buena Vista Park this weekend to celebrate the special bond between people and their furry friends. The Edmonton Humane Society is hosting their annual Pets in the Park Festival on Sunday. It features a wide range of entertainment like wiener dog races, a cat cafe, and a beer garden. Visitors can also enjoy food trucks and other family-friendly activities. It's the Humane Society's largest fundraiser of the year, and all the money goes directly to the animals.
So the festival kicks off with our walk-run fundraiser. This year, we're aiming to raise $34,000 in recognition of our 34th anniversary. And all of the funds that are raised go back into the programs that we offer at the Edmonton Humane Society. So taking care of the animals that come into our care, providing veterinary care, behavioral support, all of the things that they need to be able to move into their new families.
To register for the fundraiser or to donate, go to edmontonhumanesociety.com. A group of women gathering in our province have one very special thing in common. Each of them has the exact same birthday today. CTV's Kevin Green explains how an Australian researcher brought them together to celebrate.
For this group of women, turning 75 isn't just a birthday celebration, it's a reunion. Every one of them was born on June 12th, 1951. The women gathered in Canmore after traveling from across Canada and United States. What brought them together started with an idea from Australian psychologist Linda Gilmore.
It's about the power of social connectedness, of meeting others and connecting in very special ways.
After meeting a woman her age during a trip to Cambodia, Gilmore began searching for women born on exactly the same day as herself. The project has since connected women from around the world.
I've learned that we have some shared experiences, having been born around the same time, but of course we have such different experiences because of the families that we've grown up in, the various things that have happened to us.
For Airdrie's June Stevenson, yes, her name is June, that connection has led to friendships spanning continents. She's traveled across Europe with women she met through the project.
We learn so much about each other's cultures and backgrounds.
One of those friendships is with Margie Wiley from Washington State. The pair first met in Victoria years ago after connecting through the group.
Within 5 minutes, I felt like she was my sister.
The women share stories of lives that took very different paths but unfolded through many of the same historic moments. They witnessed enormous change for women, changes they say shaped who they are.
We've become way more independent than my mother's generation was. It wasn't that many years ago that women couldn't even have a credit card without a guy or buy a house.
And despite celebrating 75 years, none seem particularly concerned about getting older.
What I notice is we're all laughing and smiling and enjoying our life and know that it's not the end of it.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Canmore.
A traveling exhibit now on display at Fort Edmonton Park is exploring the lasting impacts of the residential school system. Running for Their Lives was created by the Legacy of Hope Foundation. The exhibition explores both the history of residential schools and the ongoing impacts on Indigenous communities. It shares the stories of people who escaped and honors those who died.
It's an opportunity to educate mainstream Canadians on our history so that we can create an environment where mainstream Canadians are a lot more empathetic and understanding to what we have to endure as First Peoples in Canada.
The exhibit is running until September 7th. Stay with us.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Welcome back. 8 degrees this morning, 17 this afternoon, which is 4 degrees cooler than average. We'll be right around average tomorrow. And then for the first time in June, Sunday and Monday should be above average. Cools off again after that, though. Talk about that in a moment. Still some clouds kicking around through tomorrow morning in through the Edmonton area. They will start to shift off to the east, though, as a nice little upper ridge builds in. So that's going to bring in the warmer air and fairly sunny skies by Saturday afternoon. Sunny with a few clouds for Sunday. There's a slight chance, sort of mid to late afternoon, you might see a really isolated shower or thunderstorm cell in and around the Edmonton area. I think most of the city and surrounding areas, though, stays dry on Sunday. 6 in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning. Should be around 4 degrees in Grand Prairie and Jasper. We'll drop to about 8 here in the city. Daytime highs tomorrow afternoon. Low 20s across the northwest. Mid 20s into high level. High level was one of the warmest spots in the province today. 22s, 23s here across the northeast. And then about 20 for Red Deer, Lloydminster, Coronation, Jasper up to about 22 under mainly sunny skies. Partly cloudy in the morning, sunny in the afternoon, 22 in the city, mainly sunny Sunday, up to 25, just that slight chance. 30% chance of some late-day thunderstorms, though, on Monday as some cooler air returns. Mid-20s Sunday, Monday, but mid to high teens for Tuesday, Wednesday, and the rest of next week. And decent chance, especially Wednesday, for potentially some heavier, steadier rain once again. We're back into this unsettled pattern pretty much all of next week. Summer officially starts here, June 21st. It does look like the first week of summer will have some sustained warmer temperatures. Until then, make do with the sunshine in the low to mid-20s this coming weekend. That is your forecast.
Edmonton's Coliseum has stood empty for the last 8 years. It was closed by the city in 2018. While it's quiet inside now, once upon a time in Edmonton, it was filled with rowdy crowds. Here's CTV's Matt Woodman with Part 2, looking back at the Coliseum's history and what's been happening for the last near decade.
Rumor had it Team Canada's power play would be vicious.
The Canada Cup brought world hockey to the Coliseum in 1981.
Canada pounced early, scoring 5 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game.
The tournament returned in 1984 with Team Canada claiming gold. In 1989, the NHL took over with its All-Star game.
Messier's alone, going in, he scores! We are thrilled to be in Edmonton this morning.
Well, the league's next wave of stars was chosen at the Coliseum during the 1995 NHL entry draft.
The Edmonton Oilers are proud to select from Prince Albert Raiders Steve Kelly.
The World Figure Skating Championships twirled through in 1996, while the Brier brought curling rocks and pebbled ice to the Coliseum 3 times. In 2009, the Roar of the Rings hurried through, with the curlers earning their chance to represent Canada at the Vancouver Olympics.
We've got a task at hand here. We've got 7 tough games ahead of us first, and then if we're fortunate enough to win, then I'll start realizing the dream come true.
Some tough games off the ice also came through. The Davis Cup was served up in 2017.
It's very cool. We got to see where the Stanley Cups were propped up, and you could still see the dust around them. As Canadians, we appreciate that a little bit more than I guess the Indian team would.
It was one of the Coliseum's final events before it shut down. Ground had broken on a new downtown arena in 2014, the future home of the Edmonton Oilers. For anyone who worked or played at the Coliseum, it was the end of an era.
Opening night, I was the dressing room attendant for the Cleveland Crusaders. There were no banners, not like there is now.
The final Oilers game was April 6, 2016.
And this is the last sound of the horn at Rexall.
I don't think there's any other city where the fans would still be sitting here. My gosh, we wish we could get out there and play for them, but we can't do that anymore.
The team, even Wayne Gretzky's statue, moved to Rogers Place.
We tip our hats to 44 years of champions.
In 2017, the CFR held its final rodeo there.
It has no practical use or reuse that is economically viable, and the council has agreed not to allow it to be reopened.
Before the city took control of the Coliseum in 2018.
It was a little upsetting, definitely, when finding out that it was going to close down.
In 2022, demolition was approved.
It's pretty crazy to see how torn down the whole building is, but it still feels just like it has so much character in it.
Furniture, equipment, and wires were removed.
Then we're going to tackle the hazardous materials. So asbestos, mold, lead paint, all of these things that were common in the 1970s.
The bright lights now dark, the roar of the crowd silenced. The Coliseum sits and waits for its demolition date.
That's our show for tonight. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Thank you for spending your time here. Have a good night.